Yeah, this is a fucking suit mug.
Oh. Have you seen I got my little thing on my mic now?
Oh,
Oh.
oh, oh. Looks better with it on, to be fair. That doesn't look as uniform.
Doesn't
It
look
looks off center, like it's going up like this. Because it's just the angle of the camera and the mic. Yeah,
angle of the dangle.
the angle of the camera.
Ha!
It looks better like that. Also, it has a filter on it, like
Yeah.
for different words.
It filters.
This has a built-in.
I love it. It's pretty good. I can call you up, and it just sent. Dude, I don't even have to do anything. This cover. Do you know how good it is? I could just be sitting and
Yeah.
just say you're up, and it just keeps. It just doesn't. Yeah, we're up. Like what? Like, you're up. It does cuts it out. I don't know why.
You didn't say anything.
No, but I am talking. I'm talking. And it just yeah.
Oh, yep. Like, just like
What
that.
do you mean?
That's
I don't
fun
know
to
what
mess
you're
with people.
doing.
We can no, the people the fucking end shit there. It's like,
Throwback,
oh, it's
throwback
frozen. Gone.
to put up a fake buffer logo. Have you ever fallen for that on videos? Fucking bug. Like when they
Oh,
put
like,
them up on
there's
the
a fucking ad that does that. It's like then it's like, oh, sorry. It's like, I bet it's fucking end that then.
bait shit in. Anyway,
Yeah, fuckers. It's like a
uh,
weird ad for internet or something. It's weird.
buffering ad, which may happen.
I'm in my dressing gown for some reason.
Just small disclaimer. Ah. Yeah, I don't have mine on. Mine somewhere.
What?
My dressing gown's somewhere.
I thought you meant something. I was like, you don't have your what, your gown?
No, but I got my
I
greys on. I got my greys on. I got my fucking greys on.
Really?
We got our
My
greys
greys
on.
on.
Got my greys on.
Need to, bro. Fucking cold, bro.
Right. So yeah. So small disclaimer before we roll into the intro and everything. Jim's taking his jacket off.
I'm not an animal.
He's taking his robe off.
Maybe.
Small disclaimer. We may have a few hiccups. I'm not too sure how this episode will go. We may have a few hiccups quality wise, so we may have some freezes, we may have some glitches, we may even have disconnects. Just saying that now in case that does happen, and you be watching and be like, "What's going on?" Just it is what it is.
This might be uploaded in a series. You bad idea?
Just break it up.
10 minute episodes. Season 3 part.
Ironically enough, that's basically what I've been doing with my. Well, I'll get to that in a sec. So, what's
Season
up?
3 dash season 1.
I'll get to that. Like I said, I'll get to that in a sec. So, what's up, bearders and beardettes? Welcome back to another fine episode of the Beardy Bros Podcast. I want to get the intro out of the way. The intro, the outro.
The outro intro.
Get it out of the way before we go on talking about things. We get distracted and we forget it. We've done that many times before, so it can happen. I was gonna say
like once mainly.
once mainly, and then a couple other times. I'll say speaking of that, like I've been doing that with my GTA Let's Plays. I've been doing like my little series of stuff I've been doing. So basically, I'll record like hours and hours of footage, and then I cut up into like 10-minute, maybe 15-minute like intervals, and then upload them in segments. So there's, I mean, there are stuff like we'll cut out like a lot of crap that I think is crap. That's just literally
boring,
filler,
walking,
boring, and then unless it's somewhat narrative based, then I'll leave it in. But like, I was talking today with my dad because I was showing him some of the stuff I've been making, and to him I was explaining like I had one video that I recorded like over 2 hours of footage, and I went through all the footage and cut it down to about 20 minutes from 2 hours of all this footage. I only got 20 minutes out of it because everything was just crap, and it just had no.
Oh damn!
There was no need to it. Like for what I was trying to make a narrative from it, there was just nothing needed from it. So I just cut all of it down, just so the narrative was there for what I needed. And I was like, fuck.
That's what I don't
Bit
get.
here,
Like
bit there,
you
bit
get
there,
people
bit
who
there.
edit videos hours and hours of stuff that just work.
Yeah.
As you said, like last episode, was it?
Mm.
So like, they just get it's someone else's work, so they don't know where certain parts are in the fucking video.
Mm.
They just gotta watch the whole thing. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
When you're editing, you got to just go through, and just skip through it. So you think you record that long, like me when I'm editing it. So I got to watch. I record. So I'm playing and recording for like the 2 hours or 3 hours.
You can press a button and say
Yeah.
like, get that time, get that time, get that time,
Yeah.
then just go from there. Like,
But
but they've
basically-
got to do it from scratch. The whole thing is like, oh,
So basically, what I've been doing, because we're not making like an hour content or half an hour or 45-minute content, like for my thing, I'm making 10 minutes. So basically, what I do is when I've been doing it is I give myself, I'll work through it. I'll work through chunks. And once I've gotten about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes of footage that I need for that, that's an episode. Delete the rest, save that export, know where I like cut off, and then go through that. And I'll go through that footage and go.
so you don't
and
be
condense down.
jumping across. You're
Yeah, yeah.
seamlessly transitioning,
Yeah.
which is what you really want.
So that's how I keep it. So some stuff may jump a little bit when the next episode comes along because it's like a whole bunch of crap that doesn't make sense. It's just literally filler.
Yeah.
That doesn't need to be there for someone to watch. I want to keep like the action going and like keep people entertained with it. So it's just like I'll go, okay, here's a bunch of, here's the actual excitement starts off from here. You can play it off that a few days has passed or something silly. That's the narrative. It's just RP. So it's kind of fun,
Right.
but that's how I've worked my
That's it,
blockchain.
because RP is like real life. It's not always interesting. Like,
So it's just finding the best bits.
there are
but-
boring parts.
Definitely, there's a lot of aimlessly walking around, driving around, and you don't need that. But sometimes you go, "Oh, I like that bit. I'll actually use this bit from this scene, bring it back to a different episode
Well,
because it adds
sometimes
to
you
like,
need that to break up the action stuff. Like you sometimes need just to
Transitions.
chill like a couple of minutes or
And basically, there's one I did, which is a for one of the episodes I've done, which I found like I made sure I got like non-copyrighted music. It's just like kind of like some lo-fi stuff. And basically, I got the whole song, and I put it in a segment on one of the episodes where it's like almost like a mini music video within the video, like of the episode.
Oh.
So it played like so that the whole drive sequence goes with the audio. So it's like a whole like little mini drive cruise clip, just to kind of transition along the episode. So that's what I'll do sometimes.
Ooh.
That's pretty fun. So I'm hoping they work out alright. So it's one of those things. My quality's picked up. So the first few episodes are kind of my own opinion are now shit technically, but they've got improved now, so I've improved it as I've been going, so it's fun.
well, that's the kind of experience. So like you've just got to start it, and then
Fun,
you'll
yeah.
gradually get better each. Not upload, but every now and again you'll get better and better.
Better idea. You go, oh, this I could do this.
And look
I
at the
could try that."
podcast.
I mean, we had the
We
theme.
started very rough at the start. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, we had the overlay at one
Not,
point.
not
that-
rough, but
And then that Discord, I don't know what happened with Discord, but I had the theme stuff for Discord. And I was going, oh, we'll have the theme backgrounds. And then Discord just stopped doing it. And I was like, okay, better Discord updated. And it just got rid of it. And I was like, oh, okay, it is what it is.
I'm pretty sure it's still there.
So I don't have the themes now. But we're back to the black, which people, I think, are used to. It is what it is.
Yeah, but I think it's still there. It's just under something else now.
I think
Because they've
possibly.
updated a shit ton recently.
Mm.
I keep seeing something pop up. Every time Discord loads now, it's like, hey, something new. Pop, pop. It's like,
Look at this. And
You
look
just-
at this. And there's this thing.
you just updated before.
Oh, it's just,
Actually, yesterday my Discord crashed so hard. Let's just say it opened. You had the top Discord in the top left.
Yep.
You had the close on that. Nothing else.
God. Yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't. I even reset the computer, everything. I was like, nothing. I'm like, oh no, I broke Discord.
Oh,
I need Discord. It's for work and shit. Like, fuck.
Yeah. That's a trap.
Also, I found out where the invite links are again.
Yeah.
Someone on SOS had to tell me.
Yeah.
The chat, he wrote a paragraph of how to find it.
Oh God.
Or she. Yeah, she. Fuck. Got some doing that. They like wrote it. I'm like, I don't know how to do it. They're like, brrr, like 3 lines, 4 lines.
That's funny.
Well, do you know where it is?
No. I mean, maybe if I start clicking, it's like in the settings, and then you got to go into the thing, whatever it
Nope.
was, profile,
It's not. I looked settings. It's not in settings.
isn't it?
Nope. It's literally, you know where it says the server name.
Yeah, yeah.
You click the server name,
Oh,
go to. No, where is it? Fuck,
you can invite
I've
people.
lost it. No, yeah, you invite. It's go to add people, and it's there somewhere. Like
Yeah.
it in the most stupidest fucking spot. It's like, oh, I need a link for my Discord. You have to go to the add people. Like, to get a fucking link.
God. Um. Oh, I'll mention as always. Check out our content. We've got Facebook. Facebook now has articles to the website because we've got the website posting. Trying to post more on the website as we can. Look forward for new things coming soon. Mostly try and get maybe some reviews up eventually soon enough. We got news articles up there. We have a lot of. We're starting to do satire news articles as well for fun. We've got one. We did one of the. I did one of the Barbie with the Barbie Ken announcement. That was the other. That was the other week.
What was that kid name again? Fuck.
Ken. Oh, Ken Toyberg or something.
It's so
Ken.
good.
I mean, his name is actually because meant to be. I think it's meant to be Ken Dole. Like his name's like is meant to be Dole, like Ken Dole. Like that's
So
the name.
Barbie doll, Ken doll.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. That's what their name's meant to be. But I don't know. It's just it. I still think my name's better. I called him something Kenny Toyber or whatever it fucking was. It's fucking something there.
It was
Anyway.
so good. I can't remember.
It's there.
Was that
somewhere.
Kenny Johnson? Kenny Toyberg.
Johnson. Kenny
Johnson or
Toyberg
something?
Johnson. Yeah. Kenny Toyberg Johnson. It's just fucking.
Yeah.
But no,
That's got to be a new name in a game or something. Just
yeah.
putting Kenny Toyberg Johnson.
So have a look on the website. We'll have all links as always. Yeah, we got all the stuff as always. Facebook now. For those that haven't realized, we've got the Facebook page. You can just find us, Beatty Bros Podcast. Beatty Bros, you'll see it. Same icon as everything. You can't miss it.
I mean, you can if you don't look.
Yeah. Autumn leaves. I mean, it's autumn leaves, so it's camouflage. Oh, fuck. What a week.
If you don't listen, you're not a 10.
It's like if you're a 10 if you're a 10 but don't listen to podcasts, do you even
If you don't listen to the podcast. I had to get that out there.
We'll
so
get
you
on
can see
that.
it on the socials. Don't pay no attention to it.
Yeah, it's just we're just joking around. So basically, it's all started. There's been, I guess, a meme going around, but EA got into it. If you haven't realized, if you've been living under a rock for the last couple of days, EA got into it, and they said if you're a 10 but you play single player games, and that backfired horrendously. A lot of their companies that made single player games have been rotting at them, and a lot of content creators have been rotting at EA. It's like, what have you done? Like, it's
you gotta know who one of them was.
Yeah.
Vince Aparo, the dude who created Fallen Order, the head of Respawn.
Yeah.
He commented like a facepalm or something like.
Where Titanfall was heavy single player. Like, I mean, it was multiplayer, but then it was Titanfall 2.
No, the first one was just multiplayer. There's no single player. I don't
Second
think.
one was like improved on the single player because they really put focus into it. And then they got Fallen Order.
That's a bomb ass fucking single player, man.
Like, it's so good.
I haven't played it much, but I've heard
But like
things.
all these single player games that EA has done, and it's just like, are you making fun of your? So you're not.
There needs to be a single player only thing. Like, look at Mass Effect and all that.
Yeah. Like, what's wrong with single
Dragon
player
Age,
games? Like,
Mass Effect.
they should have gone like maybe if it was like when you're a 10 but you play battle royales, like that I can get. Like,
yeah,
but
that's
it'd be like a shitty turn if you had like Donald Mustard tweeting going when you're a 10 but you play battle royales. Like, that would be it's the same equivalent because he basically runs the whole thing. So it's a similar equivalent as like EA doing what they did. So
I thought it was Tom Sweeney, head of Epic.
yeah, but Donald Mustard.
Sweeney.
Yeah, he's that, but Donald Mustard's like the key for Fortnite.
Oh, the Fortnite person.
Yeah. So like,
yeah.
imagine him like being Fortnite the way Fortnite is, and him being like, when you're a 10 but you play battle royales. It's just like, so you're just gonna shit on your own fucking game, like.
Yeah. I mean, you can really. It's not to be taken seriously, but I think EA really took it too far.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Because coming from them, like, I wouldn't have expected anything at all from EA itself.
Yeah.
I fucking just...
I don't know.
I laughed when I first saw it. I was like, "Hey, idiots!" And that's it. Like,
So dumb. So dumb. So whoever
uh,
on their social media team, I don't know what's going on, but so dumb.
pretty fucking tone deaf.
Yeah.
I, j-
Uh,
it's just hilarious. Like, everyone just atting them. Like, oh, I would hate to be their like their what is it?
so
Their
much.
social media team. They're getting all bombarded from all
All the
directions.
notifications constantly having to like handle it, like
Well, I think they had like what 10,000 people commenting. I'm like,
constantly.
that's a lot just for a little post like that. Like, I
And
bet they did.
the fact a lot of
What's a
people are
bet they did
reporting
it
on
with a
it.
master plan? Like
And like the fact though,
interaction, bruh.
well, that's exactly because a lot of people are reporting on it too. So there's like a lot of news articles, like big, like IGN, GameSpot, like everything,
Yeah, but
like
AI are not
everyone's like reporting.
irrelevant. Like they're always talked about. So why do
Yeah,
they need to? I mean,
I
not
don't know.
always a good way, but
Being edge lords, they're too busy being edge lords. Fucking
can you imagine now? Like Respawn's like, we won out now. Fuck yeah, you're not getting fucking Jedi Survivor
fucking hell.
because they would have that because that'd be a LucasArts thing. They'd be like,
Mm,
only Respawn has it.
yeah,
So if they just left, they'd just keep that IP with them.
possibly. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Like, just imagine your boss tweeting that out to all your employees are just like, well,
No, well that's the thing though.
fuck
It's a
you.
social media team. It's whoever's on the social media teams. Like we're gonna post this because have you seen half of the social
They
media teams for
they would have
places?
had the go ahead to do it from someone up above.
I've seen some of these social media teams for like these kind of stuff. They literally hire people, just go, what do you think works? Get on the memes and just go with it.
Yeah, but that
And like fuck, some of these
I
are
would
just
have said
so
multiplayer, not single player,
yeah.
because their multiplayer games recently have been so shit.
Because I mean, it has been a heavy question for a long time. What's better, single player or multiplayer? Like it has been very edgy
Well,
lately.
it's
Single player's always
the
preferred.
the the people like us, the consumers, tell you single player sells more.
Mhm.
Then it may be one and done. That's what most people want. Is it done? I can put it away now and play something else.
Yeah,
That makes sense. Like,
that's exactly it. So I don't know.
I mean, but then again, they're still pumping out single player, like, and they're still distant. I there's
Told you,
no
bro. Edge
clear
lords.
thinking behind that. Hey,
Edge lords, bro. Like I said, edge lords.
I hope they have something else to back that up better than what that was for the next tweet.
The next meme.
I think it'll be two memes in a row from them.
I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it might be single multiplayer ones. Who fucking knows? You're a 10, but you play EA games.
Oh, I'm gonna
Oh,
make that.
but you support EA or something like fuck.
Oh,
But
I'm gonna make a tweet
you're
right now for my on mine.
they're a 10, but they like Star Wars. No offense to Star Wars. I like Star Wars, the original movies. Yeah, but that's
I don't know
fucking
if anyone else has done it, but
things you read on there on fucking Twitter though. Like half the time, I just skip by it. It's like, well, well. But to be fair, we did put out a. Well, I by myself tweeted, so don't blame Daz for any of the tweets I make,
oh, I'm
unless it's
fine
got
with it.
his name on it too. Because I commented on someone's post earlier about the boys. Someone goes,
Is it your as
they've
in is
just
it R or is it RE?
what
When you're if for this
your
sentence when you're a
when you're what though
when you're a 10,
when you're right is URE
it is because my brain's having a
dash RE when you are
there we go.
when you're a you put the
Or should
UR
I
yeah
at EA?
you RE yeah, I mean you don't really at people though with it though, that's the thing.
Hashtag EA games.
You just put it out there hashtag EA. But
Yeah, so basically what my
comment on
tweet
the
is,
Beardy Bros.
what my tweet's gonna be is when you're a 10 but you run the EA Twitter account.
Fuck,
Hashtag EA.
that's good. This is a game developer who was saying this too. I was just they're like they've only just started watching The Boys season 1, and I was like blah blah blah. Hopefully, no one spoils it for him.
I'm sorry,
But I
what
was
is this?
like, I said, good luck with the epicness that is the boys' TV dash gym. So I'm like, I was on the Beardy Bros. I had to put my name there. Like, fuck.
What is this person posting?
What?
I don't even.
They got
Okay.
down the rabbit hole.
No, it's just like a recommended, like you know, you get recommended posts like on Twitter, like because someone like you follow likes it.
They're not recommended though. They're just stuff that's not relevant to you.
Yeah, like with this person, I read out what this person posted because one of them, someone that follows me, or I follow them, they liked this comment, and the person posted, "Masturbating isn't enough anymore. I need to be absolutely railed by a sexually frustrated guy who will use me until my limits." It's like, what the fuck? Click on the thing, because I'm like, what else they post like this? And the first thing they posted that opens up when I click on their Twitter goes, "What if I tried fitting an entire minion in my pussy?" What the fuck is wrong with it?
Speaking of that new Minions movie, apparently it's shit. Don't watch it.
Dude, it's a kid's movie.
Yeah, but no, but apparently it's a shit movie though.
It's a kid's movie.
I've not seen a good thing about that.
Oh, I've seen a lot of good
Any
things.
any fucking way.
I mean, it was funny with like IGN's posts about it. They go like, "Oh, give it a 5." And it's like, dude, you do realize whoever reviewed it, like, you do realize it's a kids movie. It's not like an intelligent like adults film. It's meant to be for kids.
No, but we grew up with the Minions. It's aimed at us as well.
Yes and no. Like, it's always going to be aimed at like we had Despicable Me, then Minions came later. You got to remember that.
Yeah, but that's just Despicable Me though, because it's got a young Gru. It's like
Yeah.
before Despicable
But
Me.
like
Like it's
that's
too made for us.
what I laughed at too. Is like when the guy was like, it's like has a plot but no story, because it was like the IGN review. It's like has a plot but no story, and if you're
Funny story.
yeah, like that makes no sense. And then he goes, if you're willing to sit through 90 minutes of "Le Ula Banana," you know how the minions talk goofy, whatever they have their
Yeah.
language. I commented back going, and what's the name of the movie called? Minions Rise of Gru. Minions Rise of Gru, not Despicable Me Rise of Gru. It's literally Minions Rise of Gru. So the key thing in
Yeah, I
Minions would
don't-
be minions, wouldn't you think? And unfortunately, they do speak gibberish. Like, what did you expect?
I
Like,
think they. Yeah, but not to. It wasn't overly done for the
Like-
first two movies.
because the Minions movie is a lot like that.
Let me look. Minions.
Because this is the second Minions movie.
I got a 7 out of 10. Not bad. Been out for ages already.
Yeah,
Nearly 2 weeks.
yeah, 'cause that's the same thing as Buzz Lightyear. So
Jean-Claude Van Damme's in there? He's playing John Claude, as in Claude.
is he like a bad guy or is he like a secret agent? I guess. John Claude.
It's Clawed, Claude. Like,
John Claude.
yeah, Jean Claude. Bell Bottom, Master Chow, Doctor Nefario.
Dr. Nefario.
That's Russell Brand. It's a 12-year-old Gru. I'm definitely not gonna watch it.
I said it's 12-year-old Gru. It's not aimed at us. I mean, if it was adult Gru, that I could understand. But like, it's literally following a 12-year-old Gru. That's not aimed at us. I'm sorry.
I mean, it is, but it isn't. Like, it's gonna lead up to Despicable Me at some point if it doesn't there.
Well, it will because
But, like,
it's 12-year-old Gru. Where do you think it's going to lead up to?
Yeah, but not just that one movie. I don't think.
No, it's going to be down the track. But
That's a lot of years you got to make up because he was like pretty old in Despicable Me.
Mm.
Like he was pretty like in what 30s, 40s.
It's
or
just a
something.
Minions cash grab film.
Uh,
But you got to remember,
yeah.
this is the same company studio that's making the Mario movie.
It's Disney.
Hey, no, it's Illumination.
Minions. Yeah, but they're owned by Disney.
No, are they?
I think.
I don't think
It's
they were.
Pixar on it.
No,
No,
no. Illumination is the opposing company to 'em.
Illumination.
It's not owned by Disney.
Illumination.
They're an opposing They're a competition company.
Oh, Universal.
Yeah, and Illumination are the ones that are making this.
NBC. Universal.
I said, and the Illumination studio are the ones that are making the
Oh.
Mario movie.
Two totally different movies, though. To be
Yeah,
fair.
no, but it's still it's going to be the same.
Despicable Me was 2010.
12 years ago. And now we're
We
getting a
weren't
movie
even
on
kids.
No.
We were pretty much two adults when that came out.
Yeah, I told you it was directed to kids. It was a kids' film.
Yeah, I don't remember the movies though. To be fair, I just remember banana. That's all I remember.
Banana. Oh, banana. Hola, banana,
Minions
papa.
Illumination's Big Banana is officially rotten. That's hilarious.
Oh
That's
god.
done by Cinema Blend.
I'll say that's the same thing though going around with the Buzz Lightyear movie. Everyone's giving that flack as well. I need to watch both of them. Apparently, Jack
Yeah,
watched the
Tim
new
Allen
movie.
commented on it. I got the thing, and
No, I saw that. I was like, really? Does he have to?
I mean, it makes sense.
It's got nothing to do with him really. Like, it's a different.
It does. Like, they base the toy off the thing.
Mm,
That personality from the toy would be programmed from the personality of the
not
in that
always
movie.
though.
It should be.
Not always.
Because then,
That's-
why would it have a different personality? I don't get it.
Because I mean, it's the true story of Buzz Lightyear or something. I don't know. That's what they
But
go
like
for.
because he's programmed, he's already programmed out of the box to be Buzz Lightyear. Like he's definitely got some sort of
I always
internal.
see it still. I always see it still that the Buzz Lightyear toy is based off the cartoon is what Andy would have watched, not this movie. But the movie is a higher. You know what I mean? Like it's
Apparently, people are saying the movie was what Andy watched to get Buzz Lightyear.
But then we've had the. But that's what I'm saying. But then we've had. Because it's a completely different design anyway. Because you look at the designs and they're completely different between the suits and the toy anyway. But then there's the cartoon.
They have the suit from the Toy Story one, like, for the first part of the movie, right? Like
It's very different.
when you first see him.
Kind of similar, but very different. Because I got
It's
the
got
toy.
all the buttons and the stuff, but
Kind of, yeah. Because I got the toys and I've
it
compared
has.
them.
I've seen the suit
Mm.
from the
So
movie.
I've got the
I've watched that fucking thing and it's exactly the same. Just not the
close.
proportions because you
Yeah.
can't be that proportion.
He's very bulky and
He's
wide.
he's a toy.
Well, I was
but
gonna say
like-
because I've got the toys and yeah,
right?
very very different.
I don't
yeah.
know. I just,
Even
apparently-
Zerg's different, so because Zerg had like a
who
Zerg had
voices
wheels.
Zerg in the?
Because Zerg had
Like, yeah.
wheels, basically. He ran on wheels and he had like that cone skirt body kind of thing. Like
Oh
a cloak.
yeah.
And then now he's
he used to go zing
yeah, and he's
everywhere.
and now he's got legs. So how do you compare that it's the movie that he watched? How would that be the movie
In
that
that animated, in that cartoon, he had wheels too, didn't he?
Yeah. That's what I mean. So the cartoon series is what the
Oh,
toys
not
are based
based off that either.
off. Mm.
He had wheels in the cartoon, but
Yes.
not in the.
Yes. That's what I mean. I feel more that toys are based off the cartoon show that we watch growing up. That's the show that's in the universe that exists. While this movie is like a reboot within the universe.
Oh, that's fucked. It's all just fucked.
So
Plus, no one wanted Buzz Lightyear. They wanted a Woody one.
I would love to see a Western film like if we get like the same kind of concept style of this Buzz Lightyear
Woody's
film.
Roundup.
Like no, but like because of how they've done this kind of, I mean that would be cool as well. But like how they've done this Buzz Lightyear movie where it's very like a different kind of story and we're getting like a more serious plot kind of film to it. Imagine if we got an
Very
actual.
genetic.
Imagine if we actually got a
Generic though.
like an actual Western film, not like Woody's Round, but like an actual Western, like a Clint Eastwood Western style, but it's Woody.
Woody.
Like he's a guy and he's like skinny and he's like whew, and he's like howdy partner. It's like bang, like he quick draws, like he's real badass. Like
A snake in my boot.
and then imagine him having that. Imagine him camping out in the thing, and he's
Like,
sitting there in a campfire, and he's like, "There's a snake in my boot," and he's like throwing the boot around, and he like chucks it or something, you know, like or he starts
Ideas?
shooting his boot, like making it like more like a western, like a comedic western,
we could just do that ourselves.
like not necessarily like kind of how they've done this Buzz movie, where it's very more mature, like it's a mature sci-fi. Do a mature
but-
western, but of Woody, and have all the characters.
The
so
only thing
you-
that makes sense. He's a space ranger. If you change that, he's someone completely different.
Mm. That's exactly.
That's the only thing
so-
that ties him to Buzz Lightyear. He's a space ranger. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Buzz never had hair. He got hair in this.
Oh no, he did have hair. They did show it in the cartoon.
Not
often.
Not in the friggin' movies.
You don't see it though, because he's got that thing that always slips over. It always slips over
Exactly.
his
It
head.
shouldn't be taken off. He's always in the suit.
So yeah. I mean, some people
I
get
know.
pretty obsessed.
I see both sides, but I mean, I'm gonna wait till I see it
I know. I really want to
before I
watch
make
it.
any.
It looks good.
It's on Disney Plus, isn't it? When it
I think it's going to be
Eventually.
coming to Disney Plus. Bloody speaking of coming to Disney Plus, bloody No Way Home's coming to Disney Plus.
what's that? Oh.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Everyone's over that now.
But I'm wondering if they're bringing that to Disney Plus, if we're gonna get given the extended director's cut with the alternate footage.
Well, that's in December then, right?
Because that'd be kind of cool if they drop
Is it
something like that.
December?
I'm wondering how they're gonna do that because they're supposed to be bringing that out. Are they gonna re-release like the movie again, like we have mentioned before? Or are they gonna like put it to streaming? Like
Isn't that already on the 4K though? You get the bonus like 90
you get
minutes
you
or
get the
something?
scenes like separately, but not in the movie itself.
No, but I can still watch it though, but it's just
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
like a deleted scenes.
Yeah, but like that's what I mean. I would like to actually watch it in the
Mm.
movie itself to actually see it
I guess
like play
people
out.
who didn't buy the movie, they're just gonna release it as one thing to watch again. But then you're stupid because you're paying twice in theaters.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I
Like
mean,
they get more
I would.
money out of you.
I mean, I'd happily go watch it again in cinemas to
Mm.
watch it again with the new footage. Like, it was a good movie.
Yeah, but
Like,
what is it though?
that's what
I
I
might
mean.
have
I
to
want to
look at it
know.
later. Have a look.
So I don't know how.
I don't think it's too significant though. To be fair,
Well, it would have to be to put it back into cinemas. Why would you want to just put it back in cinemas just for some?
they put
side
Morbius back in cinemas.
Yeah, that's Morbius.
It's still Sony. They're doing the same thing.
The Morbining.
The Morbin time.
I mean, I know
I'm
we haven't
happy
even
that's
talked.
fucking over now. I was sick of Morbin time. I was sick of saying that every fucking word.
Always Morbin time, bro. Morbin time never ends.
No, that meme's dead now.
It never
It's
ends.
gone.
It's never ends. It's a lie.
Although Morbius is out in a week.
Well, there was. I mean, I know we
Holidays?
said we don't want to talk about Spider-Man stuff too much, but there was talks. It's been, I guess, on and off for a while now. I don't know if you've seen them, but there's the talks again of the third movie. It's getting more and more closer and closer. But they were saying
What for?
for Garfield. We have that. We did mention that a while back, a couple of weeks
Yeah.
ago. But there's more news popped up again that it's getting more closer. That there's a possible because they're talking about like contracts and stuff. He's signing up again.
I
So
still
to
won't believe till I
redshirt.
see it though.
And they're saying that apparently, too, the latest news with that was that Craven, the Hunter, has got nothing to do with any of the current Spider-Man. It's like own independent,
That's
kind of like
its
Morbius, almost like what Morbius was. But the fact that they
Mm.
mentioned Venom put Morbius in the Venom universe, where
That was always going to be part of it.
Craven's more of its own thing at the moment, so it may at a later date be put together in a universe. We don't know yet. We
It
won't.
would have to be because he want to go after like Venom and
It would make
Spider-Man
sense,
and
and Morbius or something like that. Like you want to hunt him down.
Morbius.
Like that will make sense. It would make sense for him to like. Who else is he gonna
Because
hunt
they're
down?
all good guys. They
Like-
need a bad guy eventually.
Like Craven's meant to be a bad guy, so who is he gonna hunt down? Like, you know, is he gonna hunt down? Is the bad guy gonna hunt down other bad guys?
I
And let
reckon
Kraven-
first be Venom.
Like I don't know. That's what I want to know.
Because
what this movie's
Morbius, not really, because he's good and bad.
gonna be.
Like
I mean,
he
Venom's
can
the
pick
same.
either side to fight for.
Craven's always been bad. So.
But plus Morbius only a side character himself.
It's but he got a standalone
Could
movie.
be either Venom or.
So,
Huh?
but he got a movie. Morbius is a side character,
Yeah,
but he got
which
his own
didn't
movie.
go well.
It's just
It's
like
he's a side character.
it's so weird. It's such a weird thing.
I mean, so is Venom. He's technically a side character
he
too,
got two
but
movies.
he's worked.
He's gonna get a third.
Yeah, but those work. Like they're just good because Venom you can do a lot with.
Yeah.
Okay, because you had Carnage and all that, which without Carnage that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
Although that was pretty poorly done with Carnage, but because he was very tame. He was very fucking. He didn't really kill anyone, except for like a few fights. Spoilers? No. The movie's been out for like a year, I think. Right? Fuck, I don't even know the time anymore. But on that, when you said about being made, we also got some more news about Taika Waititi's Star Wars. He don't know if it's getting made or not still.
Taika Waititi's.
It's not even get close to being made yet.
I thought he was in line with it happening or
Nope.
something. It's not.
I got quotes here from him that he put. Where is it? He says, "I'm trying to write the Star Wars idea at the moment. I've got to see how that goes because once I submit it, that might determine when it gets made. That will determine when it gets made or if it gets made. Even
Oh, true.
he's still fucking writing it, man. Like,
I guess that's why the memes have been going around where it's like when you open up your laptop and you stare at the screen for like 8 hours and then you close it. It's like that count as writing still.
I guess he's trying to get it.
He wants to get it right.
I mean, he's a perfectionist,
Yeah.
but like, plus it's also got to make sense for the kind of movie as well. Like, I'm guessing it's gonna be the hard part, trying to get it
Get
to
the
make
feel.
sense.
Get just to have the right feel.
Because he's more comedy than anything. Like, you can't really have a comedy Star Wars.
I mean, you could, but it's got to be done right. It's got to be like a
Not
right
his kind
balance.
of comedy. Like, I watched Jojo Rabbit earlier. Fuck, that's a good movie.
Oh, so good.
I didn't know he was imaginary. I'm just like,
Imaginary Hitler.
oh, yeah. He was just made up. Well, not made up, but it was like, just poof, he's there in the boy's head.
Pretty disturbing though at times too. That movie.
Oh, yeah. Fucking hilarious, though.
Mm.
Kicks him out the fucking window. Fuck off, Hitler! I'm like, he's not physical. How did he go through the window like that?
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a thing. He's not there. But the window just goes. Like, I don't get it. Like, he shouldn't be able to hit that. He should have went through it.
So. I know.
Like, I mean, but his German accent was on point. Okay, it's earned more New Zealand than German, but it was fucking on point still. But yeah, I finally watched it. It was pretty damn good. I'm hoping to make Star Wars. I want a good fucking movie for once. Other than Rogue One. Haven't seen that yet either.
Well, that's like it always gets me on that scene. I was just thinking too. I was like,
What?
the Hail Hitler scene.
When they're all in that room, Heil Hitler, Heil Hitler,
And
Heil
then
Hitler.
someone else walks in, it's like Heil Hitler, Heil Hitler, Heil Hitler, Heil, and it's like he goes, huh? And it's like I'm gonna, and it's like, oh, Heil Hitler, Heil Hitler, and they kept doing it, like it just kept dragging out. It's just like they all introduce themselves and they all hail to each other. It's like, oh my fucking god.
It actually worked though because it's his kind of comedy. Like it's his thing. Like it's not overdone. I mean, it kind of was, but then it's like
It's just like all these
you
people
kind of
rock
want to
up.
watch it
There's
again.
so many people.
It's just so funny.
Yeah.
Like that dude, like, can just. I'm like, oh, they're in shit, and then it's just like that dude, that commander knew who she was.
Yeah.
He just couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have technically, but he knew as soon as he'd seen that book.
Yeah.
Oh no, I just love that movie. It's so good. That's how they were back then. Really, like that kind of mentality.
Yeah, exactly. That history was.
Like he really did his freaking research for that. Not to be too accurate though, because that would have been fucked up.
I mean, he does and he doesn't. Have you heard his role where he played Blackbeard? I think it was.
Blackbeard in what?
There's what movie is it? Or show? Let me look that up. There's a thing.
No, but he did his research for Jojo Rabbit though. Although that movie is fucked up, to be fair. The kid with a suit made of paper. It's like, is that paper? It's like, no, it's like it's a new suit. It's like paper. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. It's just so good.
It's called Our Flag
but-
Means Death.
No idea. Never
Yeah,
heard of it.
he plays Blackbeard, and he goes, I did no research. He goes, I did no research for that because like no one really knows who Blackbeard is. No one knows how he was, so I did nothing and I just did my own thing. I did no research on anything. He goes, I just went in, acted how I wanted to act, and just went with it.
That was the different thing about Hitler, though. Like, everyone knew who he was.
But even then, he kind of.
That's the thing. Like, he doesn't really act. He does his own voice in most things. Like Korg, that's just him.
Because he
really.
said the same thing for that. He kind of just. I mean,
that's an overdone New Zealand accent. Like, that's an overdone. But like, anything he's in, it's just him.
Yeah.
He said he got the easiest job in the world.
Yeah. The fact that he directs and put himself in the movie is like, it's just crazy.
Is that his idea though, or is it someone else's? He's like, you can play Korg, or did he just do it himself?
No, he did it himself. He put himself. That's what he said with the latest Thor.
No, like the other movies as well. Like he's in a fair few movies.
Oh, I guess
Like,
they
does
might
he put
bring him
himself
across.
in all of them?
I guess if it's something like that, they ask him to be in it because of narrative based. But
Mm.
the latest Thor: Love and Thunder, when he was talking about it, he goes, I did Korg, but I put myself more in the movie this time around than I did last time. It's like I just did it. I didn't intend to do it, but now I'm here and look at it. It's just like,
I'm guessing he was doing takes and he just kept them. Like,
yeah,
I was
basically.
like, that's good. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Get rid of that.
Because that's how I initially started. Because he said with Korg, like it was like that. It was just he just needed a little bit of an extra character to fill some spots, and he just didn't put more and more in with it,
Because
and it
when you
just
see
worked.
it, he's in the background.
Mm,
He's legit like in that. Isn't it in that where he's in the prison kind of scene? He's just in the background chilling.
yeah, and then you see him like, and then he gets involved, and it's just like, oh god. So
I just,
it's one of those things.
I kind of wish he did like more different movies though, like something
Mm.
that more like Jojo Rabbit, like something like that. Because
Yeah,
damn, they're
there was
good.
another. There was another film he's done. It had Sam Neill in it. It's a bit like that. Um,
Ooh,
and then his first one,
crazy.
yeah. So it's whatever it was called. I can't remember the name of it. I've watched it, but it's just like very unique,
Uh,
like seriously kind of, but with with the humor in it.
it's comedy, but it's serious comedy. If you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it's got a purpose.
Where Thor and stuff on the other hand, it's not as serious. Like it's meant to be fun the whole way through, and
Ragnarok is serious. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
it's a lot
It
more quirky. It gets to be quirky. It's
it's just
vibrant
got.
and
It's only
fun.
comedy because of Chris Hemsworth. I think.
Mm.
Like
Oh,
he
he's
brings
so
that
good.
himself. Like
Well, that's like Tycho
he
said
brings
as
it
well.
himself.
Tycho said in interviews where he goes, Chris is just great at it. Like Hemsworth is just funny. He doesn't even have to do anything. He just lets him go, and it's just like non-stop
Right? Like
hilarious.
I don't think you ever stop working with him.
No, they love working together. So a lot of people love working with Tycho anyway. So that's the thing.
Because he's just him. Like he's nothing. Like he for one,
I
he
would
doesn't have an ego. I don't
no.
think
Oh,
he's.
it's
I mean,
kind
he
of
does to a. Everyone's got one to a point.
yeah. He has a very unique ego. Like it's not like a full ego that people think of when you think of ego, but like it's you know what I mean. Like it's
So, he keeps saying it's like my first movie won an Oscar or an Emmy or something. Like he's like,
yeah. It's the
like I just
basic
made a little old movie back in the day and
yeah
just won an Emmy. I'm like, show off.
yeah. Oh, there goes the quality.
I was like, damn it.
I know it's
He'd be
crazy.
one of the most successful directors when he retires.
Think about his catalog of like career. It's crazy what he's done in his
Well,
catalog.
this might be the last Thor one, but what's he gonna do after Thor? Like, fuck.
There's a lot of other things I think he's supposed to be doing. The fact that he's also not just directing stuff, he's acting as well. Like he does all kinds of things. He's not just director of stuff.
He's a director, writer, actor. Like,
He's
pretty sure he writes a lot of stuff as well for him.
here's Tom Selleck. He's like him, a writer, director, movie producer, actor, prop designer. Oh, I'll never let that joke down.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Although Thor's out next week. No, this week. Next week?
next week.
The 8th.
But I was gonna say
Yeah, next week.
segue with Thor. You had some Christian Bale stuff there.
I got more than that. I got another one first.
Oh, we're not gonna segue to
This is
Christian.
about Thor. So
Even
this
better.
is just a little thing. I mean, not little, but it's Lena Headey was cut from Thor 4, and she's getting sued for it.
Wait, what?
She's getting sued by. I got a thing written. I got a thing on my phone. Shit.
Yeah. What
I should have
happened?
brought it up quicker. Getting sued, sort of. The Game of Thrones actress being sued by her former agency for 1.5 million over unpaid commission fees, including those for a role in Thor: Love and Thunder, even though she was cut from the final version of the film.
Oh God.
Like,
Should cut out.
I mean,
but
it's not big, but it's like
I
1.5
guess
million.
I guess because the agency would have helped her get the role, which even though they cut the footage,
They
she
would have
was still
paid
there.
for blah blah blah.
She would have still got paid being on the set. Still would have been fed. Still would have been you know what I mean? She still would have been paid for her services, even though she's cut.
Then she got cut, so she gets nothing really other than that.
Oh, she would be.
I
She
guess.
should be credited. Like even though it's cut, there must be a deleted scene or an outtake with her in it. But even then, she still gets paid.
We're not even in that.
But even then, like you're an actor that's come to set, even though you get your scenes cut, that happens a lot. You still get paid for being
Yeah.
there. But what it'd be is because she didn't fully like not get paid, not gonna think, which I could understand if none of that happened. She would be
They
liable
didn't pay
right
the
to sue,
agency.
but she didn't pay the. But it sounds like she's done it a few times by the sounds of it. So she's skimmed out.
1.5 million.
She's
That's
skimmed out a
not
lot.
a small amount.
No, so how many other roles would you say that she's done then? How many times has it added up?
Yeah,
Like,
but still, that's pretty shitty though. Being in Thor: Love and Thunder, then just being cut the whole movie.
it happens. It might have been just a
Like,
few scenes that she's in that weren't relevant. Sometimes it happens where
who would she play though? That's the
because
thing.
that happened with that's like Tom Holland said when he got his brother on set. He did the whole thing to get his brother into a scene that was like a fight scene, and then they end up cutting the footage out altogether. It's not even in the movie anywhere. Like it's not even in a deleted
Oh,
scene.
right.
And they had the whole thing. He was so hyped to get his brother was so hyped to be in a Spider-Man movie. Tom was so happy to get him in there, and then he got cut out.
I say the actors don't know what's going into that movie. They just shoot the scenes and that's
Yep.
it.
So there could be stuff where they wore heavy makeup for like hours on end for shots, and then none of it gets used. That can happen.
Just think of Johnny Depp who done
Like it can happen. So it's not the first time, and it won't be the
that. I
last
know.
time.
Speaking of that though, heavy makeup. I want a Alice in Wonderland 3 because I was recently looking at like the movies. I'm like, there's got to be a third one.
Well,
Johnny
I
Depp,
mean,
like,
it's because
playing
it's
the Hatter.
followed. It's because I mean, it'd be cool to see a more unique, their own story because you got to think the movies followed the base loosely. Like it's twisted and loosely gone from the original story of Alice in Wonderland,
Just like
and then,
most things, really.
and then the other one, which was like Through the Looking Glass, which was from the books. But there are other stories there. There are other Alice in Wonderland tales
I mean,
that
like,
they could adapt from.
we get a
So,
third.
but I would love
It's
to
been
see.
6 years.
I would love to see even like Tim Burton make his own adaptation to the story. Like, forget the books. He's made 2 movies alone. He should have an idea of his version of Alice in Wonderland. He knows the universe.
Maybe he's already
Make
written it or something.
your own. I mean, because perfect for Tim Burton. Like, it's his kind of thing. So, like, make a third movie that you feel fits with that universe that you've made, and make the narrative continue. You know, like do that. So I don't know.
So he can always open end it in case it doesn't warrant another one. Like,
Exactly, because they're all like that. The first one was like that. It was open ended. It didn't need it, but it got a second one and it made sense. And then the second one was the same. It was ended, but also left open that there was room if they wanted to do another one. So
I mean, like that's the same as Sherlock Holmes. Like, 'cause I obviously talked to you about Sherlock Holmes. How there's a couple of spin-off series
I
done by
mean-
Downey Jr. Fucking third movie's coming eventually.
Tim
Like,
Burton could do an exclusive, not even like necessarily Alice based, but like having a tale being told within that world, following other characters. It doesn't even necessarily have to be
there's like
Alice
just
in it.
an exclusive like
Like-
Adder one. Like,
Yeah,
'cause
exactly.
he'd
Like
do
there's
that
so much
pretty
you
well.
could do. There's so many things that they could do with that narrative. I guess it might be hard too because the whole Johnny Depp thing. Like I know Tim Burton would like
What,
he gets
not
along with Johnny Depp. There's no
now?
problem there. There's no problem with Tim Burton and Johnny Depp. There's no problem. But there was always that issue with Johnny Depp had with Disney after Disney shafted him. So it's not a
Did Disney they don't have Alice in Wonderland, did
yeah
they?
yeah
Oh, they would. Yeah.
yeah. It was Walt Disney's Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, but they'd be feeling shit for what they did though.
Oh yeah, they're trying. Didn't they say they were paying him? Because someone pointed out because they're saying because Johnny Depp said the only time I'd go back is if you'd give me X amount of money and something else, and then apparently they're offering up that amount of money. But there's someone.
Yeah, but he said no though.
Well, that's what I was gonna say because I don't know if you saw the follow up post because someone goes they offered Johnny Depp the X amount of money, but where's the 2 alpacas he wanted? Because he made the quote where he goes, I want this amount of money and my alpacas, my 2 alpacas or whatever it was, and they're like, well, they offered him up the money, but where's the alpacas? So it's like,
Maybe there's no sequel. I didn't realize the second one was a bit
it was
from what
good. It
these
was
are.
different. It was
I haven't
called Through the
seen it.
Looking Glass, but it was based around time. Time was a little bit different because it doesn't it doesn't really narrative to the books as much. There isn't
Alan
really much
Rickman
of
was in it.
Yeah, he was the
What about that?
Caterpillar.
He was in the Caterpillar.
yeah.
Yeah. That's sad. He's not going to be in if there's a third one.
Well, that was the same with the second one
Why?
when that movie came out.
What do you mean? He was in the second one.
Because
He's credited as the Caterpillar.
where is it? Because that was
That would have been shot 2015, 14, 15. I got two out of 5 stars. Like, fuck me.
they did a
I
thing
just-
from what I remember.
They did a time thing.
I'm trying to remember what it was. I want to get this correct. From what I remember, they manipulated the audio because
Ew. Why?
Alan Rickman had passed away before they got to finish a lot of his dialogue.
What the? I mean, did he pass away for that long?
From what I remember,
What? Not over 6 years, surely not.
it came out in 2016.
Yeah, he passed away 2016.
I think it was it 20? I can't remember. There was something they did. Unless it was something else I'm thinking of.
I must have just he would have recorded it, but then they would have just done something with his voice.
There was like scenes they
fucked
had
up.
to do, and there was something from what I remember. It wasn't much. It was like, oh, I can't remember
He
now.
passed away 2016 in
Yeah,
January,
there
so
was
he
something-
definitely would have been there for the movie.
And-
That's messed up.
Because
Oh, I'm gonna watch it later at some point, so I'll be able to hear it.
Because when did it come out? Because it came out.
But
in-
what
I
was
might.
There
I
was
don't know.
something
Unless it
else
was a
there
different
too.
movie. I know there was something to do with the Alan Rickman. It might have been a different movie than I'm thinking of. I'm getting myself confused.
Mm.
I know there was something that he did, and it was the same kind of situation where they only got so much dialogue they could get, and then they had to like manipulate audio and stuff to get his voice in to finish it off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's just one of those
That's why I call don't do it. Don't touch anything at all. Just leave it. Like
things.
if it sounds weird,
Well, they had to
Just don't do it.
snip audio together to get it to finish off.
oh, but still then. Especially back then, the tech wasn't there to really make it sound good. It's still not now, really. Oh, what's that? Christian Bale. That's it.
Yeah.
Some more Thor stuff. This is the funny part. I want to go Batman first because he was been in a lot of interviews because of Thor.
Yeah.
But he actually spoke to someone and said he would have only played Batman again if Christopher Nolan asked him.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope. Like maybe a follow up from Dark Knight Rises.
Maybe.
Maybe. Still
was
better
left
than
open-ended.
Pattinson. Hey. Yeah,
It
that
was-
was
it
open
was
too,
left-
wasn't it?
It
Really?
was left open ended because it had the setup for Robin.
Which nowhere near happened. No, I mean, if Christian Bale comes back as Batman, damn, the world will go nuts because, in my opinion, he's the best Batman by far.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, I liked Patterson's Batman. It was good.
Not a Bruce Wayne though.
But yeah, not as Bruce Wayne. Whereas like it's good. He did a good Batman, but Bruce Wayne just was a bit. But again, it was year 2, so
Yeah, but Batman was Batman Begins. Pretty much.
yeah, that's very different too. That Batman Begins that
Mm.
didn't really show Batman Year 1. It didn't really have that narrative what Batman
No,
Year 1 and Year 2.
But he
were
was a
like.
good Batman from the start, and
Yeah.
Bruce. That's just Christian Bale's acting though, really. Like,
Well, that
he's
was
just
the-
good.
That was the narrative for that
I
character.
didn't know he was
though.
English.
Mm.
I didn't know he was every role he's fucking American or something. I didn't know he was
Yeah.
fucking he had an English accent. I was like, wow. But yeah, like Christopher Nolan, do it. Make a fourth. Make a whole new trilogy.
I mean, it'd be nice to see him finish off what he was doing because there was that whole setup. So
That was originally just a trilogy, though. To be fair,
Well, the fact
that's why I
that
stopped in that one.
no, there was a lot of issues that got on there because it was left open at the end for what's his name to take up the Robin mantle. It was properly set up for
Yeah, but Bale was going to be gone out of it though for that.
because it was what's his name Joseph Gordon-Levitt that was going to be Robin or Nightwing. Because
I don't remember the movie.
yeah, at the very end of the movie they had it set up for him because he gets into the Batcave at the end, and then he sees the whole
Oh.
cave set up, and he's like, oh, and it like left it open for him to kind of
But why'd they just can that then? Must have been
'Cause-
just
yeah.
schedule stuff, and
because they were going to have the whole Robin thing. They were going to introduce Robin.
I guess it didn't work, and they just canned it.
Mm.
Really, especially that's weird.
'Cause I think that ended.
but
in line
also-
with the other stuff.
Hey,
I think when it ended, it aligned with like the whole reboot with the Man of Steel and everything. That's usually why.
because Batman ended what 2008 was it 9?
Yeah, Man of Steel wasn't that long after that, which then was leading into the whole reboot with Batman.
Can you imagine we had Christian Bale this? We could have had him the whole time.
So Man of Steel was 2013.
Yeah, that's way after Batman. Fuck.
But it was still leading in
Doesn't
with
That's
the
way
whole
after
setup.
though. That's a big fucking gap.
Hmm. It happens.
Jesus.
Yeah, it
Um,
happens.
yeah, Bale would not have been there because he was old in Dark Knight Rises. He was pretty much fucking crippled
Hmm.
just because of Bane broke his back. But there's another interview where he was talking about Gore.
Yep.
He literally said it's a lot easier to play a villain than it is to play a hero, which kind of
Oh,
makes sense.
and he's done the villain a few times.
You've got more freedom in being a villain. Like heroes are more restricted to a sense because they got to abide by law.
Hmm.
Villains don't. They can do whatever the fuck they want,
Yes.
and so on. But like, and apparently, there was a thing where he got he did a scream that was too terrifying to be in the movie.
Makes sense.
I kind of want to hear that scream now. Like it was too terrifying for the movie.
Hmm.
Like what kind of scream did he do?
It must be like a gut wrenching scream, maybe.
Yeah, but as Gore, like must have
Yeah.
been
Gut
that's
wrenching
weird. Like it
scream.
must have been a
Like,
pretty gnarly
hmm.
thing
Yeah.
that. Uh, Maybe it's in the deleted scenes or cut foot. Mate, I hope they keep it somewhere. Like,
Oh, it
fuck.
most probably will be somewhere.
Probably not because they probably just went, eh.
Yeah, we'll get chucked in the deleted scenes if it's that big of a thing.
Hopefully. That's all the Christian Bale stuff I got. I think.
Oh,
I
not
just
much.
I just seen all this Christian Bale stuff. I'm like, that's fucking
Because he'd be
worthy.
talking, yeah, because he's doing interviews at the moment because it's getting close. So he'll be doing interviews and trending and stuff, and we'll see
Yeah, but
more
who would
interviews
ask
popping
me
up.
about Batman though? That's the weird part.
I mean,
Oh
because
look, you've just done Thor. But what about Batman?
yeah, no, a lot of people do that though. I don't know if you watch. You must not watch a lot of interviews
Like,
because people always bring up old
man,
works
all
of people
bullshit.
stuff. Because people always bring up
But
old
like,
works they've
yeah,
done.
but like, you're there for Thor to talk about Gore, and then you're like, what about
Oh,
Batman?
dude, I watched an
Fucking
interview.
idiot.
I watched an interview with someone where they were there to talk about a movie. They talked about a completely different movie. They didn't talk about that movie at all. They just literally sat down and had a
That's,
conversation
I mean,
with
that's
them.
bad journalism right there.
Not always. That's just them having a conversation
No,
with them.
that is.
No.
That is like a whole movie thing completely.
No way. It's conversation.
It
Just having a
depends
chat.
what it is.
Never.
Yeah, but they're there for a Thor interview, like
You gotta think. Yeah,
for
but you gotta
Gore,
think
and they're
about
like,
though. If you're sitting down for an interview and you got 150 people asking you the same questions for Thor, and then you had this one person goes, "Remember that time you did Batman? How was that? How would you feel?" I'd be like, "Oh man,
everyone
I had a
asks me
fucking
about
great
Batman. I
time,"
bet
and you know that. Not always. Like that's because that's why I watched a lot
probably
of.
the most he gets asked about Batman. That's his biggest role,
You know,
pretty
but like
much.
a lot of people when they do these interviews, they go very scripted by the book, ask them a question
Mm.
about the movies, move on with the time frame. Then you got people that will like
Yeah, but
be
that's so
curveball
random.
and do different things, and I that's what I would rather do. If I was in an interview, I'd be like different. I wouldn't be asking the same stuff that they always get asked all the time. Like you know,
Yeah,
how's
but
your day
Batman's
been?
not a
What's been
curveball.
happening? No, but not necessarily a big curveball, but like you're not always talking about the same shit. You know, like
Mm.
because they always get because you think, okay, I'm here to talk about Thor. This is what the interview set up for. I'm going in talking about Thor. I've just had 20 people just asking the same questions about Thor, and then you got Jimmy John here going, oh,
Right.
you know, what that time you did Batman and how you did, you know, American Psycho.
Unless he
And
brought up himself somehow.
no, I've seen plenty of interviews where it just happens. It's that sometimes it's that style
No,
of
but
that.
what if someone brought up Christopher Nolan first or something like, and he
Yeah,
just went on, like who knows? But like, I just weird seeing all this Thor stuff and it's Batman. It's like,
I prefer those interviews, honestly. Me personally, I
mm.
like watching those when they're not talking about the same shit all the time.
When you
Or
see the same interview like 20
they
fucking
mix it
times.
up when you've got like what's his name, Aussie Man reviews when he mixes it up and he does his interviews as like game shows and stuff like that. Like I like where it's not the
Right.
same kind of thing because it's just so boring. Like
It's just a random topic.
yeah, like or like Jacksepticeye's interviews where he sits down and plays video games with with them and interviews them while playing games. Like that's something different. Like not the same old. Oh yeah,
Right.
so you played this character. What'd you do to get into this character? How long did you do the makeup?
I
You know,
mean,
what was it like
you'll get
working
the
with
gore
this?
stuff first and then just transition from there because. Plus, we know nothing about Gore yet, so nothing really can ask. It's just
That's the thing
speculation.
too. Like, there's sometimes that too that you can't. There's some questions that happens a lot where you try to ask them a question into you and they can't comment. They're like no comment. It's like well,
Right.
that's kind of a wasted 30 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever the interview is. Because some people have some really
What's
short.
that? Someone's going there. Do the scream. Do the scream.
And that's what I mean. Like there's
You
a
imagine?
lot of it.
He's probably got asked that.
Most probably. Right,
He just breaks out a scream mid-interview. I'm in pain, bro.
So that's the thing. It'd be cool to interview people, but at the same time, I would just rather just have them for a chat, not really necessarily just straight up interview them, but
Yeah.
like, just have them for a chat. That's what I would prefer overall. Like,
so good.
okay, yeah, they're promoting a movie. You could kind of talk
Because
about like a bit
interviews
of it,
are weird because it's more formal. Like it's
Yeah,
more of
and
a,
I don't-
you ask a
I don't
question,
not
they
necessarily-
answer. Ask a question, they answer.
but yeah,
It's like
and a lot of people do that.
that's
and
more
there's
for
so
jobs.
Much, yeah, it's like
That's more for jobs. Like you interviewed for a job.
What's your skills? What strengths do you bring into the... Sit down. What strengths are you bringing into this interview? What are your weaknesses? What are,
Right?
What are your hours? Are your flexibility hours? I imagine doing an interview where you go into interview to interview celebrities. Like, so what's your availability hours? What's your flexibility? What's your strengths? What's your weaknesses?
I think they just leave.
just
They
fuck
would
with
just
them.
leave.
Just fuck with them.
But they would just look at it like, what the fuck?
I mean, if it's a
Do you know
niche
what to
thing,
do? If I ever interview someone, I would ask them something that they didn't do
yeah.
with someone else. It's
Do
just like, how do you feel about playing blah blah blah? It's like to see their fucking reaction.
Oh, wasn't that guy that time that said was it Samuel L. Jackson confused with Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah.
And he got so
I
pissed.
think
He got so pissed. It's like, that's not me. That's not a complaint. It's like, what the? And it's like, that's not me again. It's someone
That's-
else.
that's someone who didn't do their fucking research. Who probably just looked at something briefly and went, "Oh yeah, that's blah blah blah."
Yeah.
Especially Samuel L. Jackson. Can you imagine pissing him off? Oh
Well,
my
I
god!
don't know. They're quite very different people. Samuel L. Jackson, Lawrence Fishburne, like.
Lawrence Fishburne's quite big man. Samuel
Uh.
Jackson's big man, loud as fuck. They look nothing alike either.
No, that's exactly. That's the biggest thing.
I don't. Okay, I'm never interviewing anyone ever. Yeah. I got some more things here. It's gonna be so good, man.
What we got?
This is the thing about the boys and Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
How he shelved the project because it was too similar to the boys. I'm like, I want to see this project.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing, because as an artist, he's very respectively be like, I'm gonna, I'll shelve this because it's too much like this. And he
We'll
doesn't
bring it
wanna,
out
like,
later when it's
Yeah. Once the boys are settled
Well,
down, and that's no longer in the picture, like, because he's very respectful when it comes to stuff like that, so he'll...
Yeah, but
he'll
that
go,
could build hype for both of them, though. Really,
know.
like as soon as he drops his eventually, it'd be like the boys will pick back up.
So it depends if there's enough feedback with what's been going on lately, and if the boys even go, hey, if the project, their studio gets behind going, we're kind of keen for this, then Hideo might go, okay, I've kind of got the permission to do this because I don't want to take the limelight from them, but if they're willing to see it as well, then I might do it because he likes to be on an equal party. He doesn't want to. He doesn't like to tippy toe. He doesn't like to step on people's toes. That's like the whole thing with the whole Xbox
Did you
thing.
see?
Where everyone was like, listen, mine, and then you said, the whole thing where it's like, no, it's PlayStation. No, he's still working for Play because he doesn't like stepping on people's toes. He's very polite. He's very
Yeah.
He wants to make sure the message is getting
That's
across.
just him. Like it's Hideo Kojima. He can do what the fuck he wants. Leave him alone.
Yeah,
If he wants to shelve stuff, make things for someone else, let him.
yeah. But yeah,
Although-
it's just how he is.
He said that he shelved it on a tweet,
Yeah.
and the creator of the boys commented like
Yeah, that's
below
what I
it, and
mean,
he's
okay.
like, team up, like him
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm getting
Kojima
at, like,
make the game, or I was like,
That's what I mean. That's what I'm
You know,
getting at. Like,
what
that
would
stuff.
what would that project be though? Because it must be fucking
It's
dope.
got to be something that's going to be like superhuman based, and it's just brutal, like that kind of thing. So
But to be that similar to the boys though, like there's a lot of that shit out there as it is.
Mm.
But like the boys in general, like
Mm.
maybe you're making a boys thing is like, I better keep this a secret. Maybe that was a hype thing.
Who knows?
Maybe they are working on a game already about the boys. We
Who
just don't
knows?
know.
Or maybe it will become that. Maybe we'll get the boys game maybe it was going to be a different project and it's going to form into that. So maybe we might
Like
get.
Kojima, it's on the cloud. Oh fuck! I better not say it. Nah,
Uh,
fuck that. Fuck the cloud stuff. Um. Also, this is also weird when it's a Ghostbusters news, but the Afterlife sequel is coming December 2023.
oh wow, okay, that's not that far off. That means they're going to start
A
working.
sequel that
So is
didn't
it
need
coming?
one
Like it's getting? Is that what they're saying? It's getting released then? Is that what they mean? Coming?
in December next year.
So
Yeah,
that means they'll be working on it now.
it's already filmed. I think really.
Yeah,
They'll probably continue it straight after,
most probably because they already set
and
that
it's
up.
set in New York.
Yep, they've gone back because they did
Is that
like
where the first ones were?
yeah,
New York.
because they did set that up in the first place
Oh,
when you
that's
watch
pretty cool.
Afterlife. I didn't watch Afterlife.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool though. Like, it's gonna be traditional. Maybe goes like back to throwback, not this
Mm.
whatever the Afterlife was.
Recruit a new
Which
team.
I didn't really
properly.
enjoy. I watched it, but I mean,
liked
it was cool in
I
some
mean,
parts.
it better if the second one's coming. It better have Paul Rudd. If it ain't got no Paul Rudd, I ain't watching it. He needs to be like a Ghostbuster. We need Paul Rudd as a Ghostbuster.
I kind of hope they don't have Bill Murray in that back in there. To be fair,
I feel like that's what I'm saying. They need to have Paul Rudd. Who else? I don't know. Have Chris Hemsworth come back and redeem himself. Redeem
that's
himself.
a different unit. That's a way different thing, though.
That's what I'm saying. He can come back as a new character, redeem himself for that.
No, don't even say
And,
that.
and
Don't
he can be
even say that.
he can be a Ghostbuster. So it'd be Paul Rudd, Chris Hemsworth.
It's the Avengers.
get
Robert Downey Jr. in there as well. Just throw across the beam.
get bloody
Fucking no.
what's his name? Bloody what's his name plays Banner?
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. So Paul Rudd, Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo.
No. It's Avengers 2.0 with laser beams. Like you,
and then get Tom Hiddleston and have them all team.
he's not really in Marvel anymore, is he now? So, I mean, I guess you can put him in Ghostbusters. Him and Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
I don't know how they're gonna do another Ant-Man film. Paul Rudd looks way different now.
I mean, it's age, so it makes sense.
Ant-Man's not that old.
So have you seen
Ant-Man
the
movies aren't that long ago.
Have you seen they made that thing canon, the meme canon now for Ant-Man?
What?
So
movie?
there's a thing on one of the new rides at Disneyland.
Oh, the Thanos thing.
Yeah. He talks about if he shrunk down and jumped in Thanos' butt. They actually made that canon.
I'm pretty sure they would have thought of that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
whoever-
It's
it's only because I watched The Boys.
huh? It's been around before.
Ever
that,
since. Yeah, but it really took off when they watched that first episode of season 3.
Well, it re-brought it back into people's memories. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I was like, that's got.
Because the meme
That's
was
just
there
fucked
when
up.
the meme was there when we first introduced to Thanos and they showed us how
Mm.
powerful he was. And everyone goes, "Why doesn't Ant-Man just shrink down and jump inside his butt?" And that was where the joke started. But then it rehashed again once the boys came around again. The meme
Yeah, because I guess
recycled
more people saw that than.
and reminded themselves again, like, "Oh no!" Because the boys literally made basically what the boys was doing was making fun of that joke. That's the funny part. The boys were going, "Remember that
Except
joke
they
they
went
said?"
on a whole left fucking turn on that.
So yeah, it was just some poor bloke.
Like,
That's high
no,
improvement.
but the way it happened, that's just fucked up.
I mean, the butt.
I'm not
anything
gonna
is-
say because spoilers, but like that's just fucked up.
Yeah.
If anything, you got the fucking nostril.
Anyway.
Because he had a big fucking nose. Oh no, but Thanos was a bit soft in them movies. He should have been way better than that.
Mm.
Way better. I'm hoping Gore. He really has to bring it. Like they have to make him fucking epic in that.
Oh,
Like,
he's
damn.
only. I think he's only like a part shot because apparently there's someone bigger coming, which might be
He's
Galactus.
bigger than. Yeah, but Gore's fucking Planet Destroyer, God Eater, what the fuck his name is?
He's a God Eater, but
God Destroyer.
the Planet Eater is Galactus, because they're talking about
Like,
someone.
he can destroy planets.
Because they were talking about someone bigger.
Gore
than
destroyed that
coming.
planet with a little sword or something, didn't he?
Well, it's not just a little sword though.
No, but he still destroyed a planet.
Yeah. Well, we get to see. Well, we'll find out if that was him that did it or if that was Thor. So we
No,
don't
that
know.
was him. He was in his little.
We don't even know. Trailers cut things any which way they want to. We don't even know
Yeah, I
what that
know,
was
but
going on.
I'm pretty sure it's Gore.
That could have been even when we saw that planet destroying. It could have been a celestial breaking out of the planet. We don't know. A
True.
celestial could have been breaking out of it. It could have been him destroying it. It could have been Thor going, "Bring in the
We got a week
hammer,"
to
and then
go.
fucking like we won't know. So that's the problem with trailers. They manipulate the fuck out of it. They can do things any
Yeah.
which way, and they can have scenes that aren't even in the movie. We've seen that before, where there's all these
Happened
narrative
multiple
scenes,
times.
and then they're not even part of the movie or the narrative. The trailer was just a
Look at
fucking.
it. Look at Eternals. The trailer's way better than the fucking movie.
I know there's a way they could have done that movie that told the same story they needed to tell without being a little bit boring. I mean, I
The
enjoyed
fucking
it.
trailer told the movie. Like,
No.
I'm still pissed I bought that for like full price. I'm
Yeah,
not
I need to
kidding.
get it for my collection.
That movie was fucked. Like, it didn't need to be done. I think better director. That's all I'm saying.
It could have been done a different
Not
way.
director, better writer and shit.
There was just too many moments that were a bit too whiny, unnecessary.
There's too many people in there. Like it was
I
like
mean,
all over the joint. Like here,
You
there,
can
there,
have
there,
the
there. Like,
people, but it's just too many points where it just dragged out. There was moments where it just dragged. It didn't need to drag.
there's a
Oh,
point where they just panned.
It's like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they just dragged out the narrative. It's like, did you need to do that for that long?
It's
Like,
like
you could have just not had that there, or just had it pan quickly, like transition. Like, why do you have to drag these things out? Conversations
pointless
happen.
Conversations.
That's what I'm saying. There's dialogue that didn't need to be there, that had no beneficial. Like, and there's the point where they needed to explain the, and that's one thing, like, what I remember from the movie. There was the main thing that they needed to have to explain the rings from Shang-Chi, which was the shortest part that they didn't get a full explanation on, but yet they rambled on about everything else. But the thing that made sense that you needed to keep an eye on, it's like there and it's gone. It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
so we're not going to get more of an explanation of the rings when that's a key point, when they should have been explaining that
That is
more,
because
and then
the rings are very significant.
they just kept they were very adamant multiple times to be like, Thanos was a celestial, you know, an eternal, and he had a brother. It's like, yeah, we get that. Do you need to keep bringing that up? Like, that's what I feel like they were dragging out more, and they kept talking about.
We
like,
had that for the whole Avengers thing because Thanos was there from the first movie. He was sending down his goons.
it's like okay, it's like okay, we know that you were there since the beginning of time. We get it. It's like, we get it, you were there the whole time. We get it, you were there through the Avengers. Like, because they always, like, plug things off as well. Like, I like the movie, but there are a few tropes where it's just like, oh, you could be the Avenger, or why didn't you help him with this? Like, yes, we get it that you were there when these things happened, okay? We get it, you were there. We get it, you did nothing because you didn't want to intervene.
They said they could have intervened, but they didn't. Like,
yeah.
they could have.
Yeah. It's like, okay,
They
we get
could
it.
have.
We get it. You know, exactly. It's like, we get it, you guys. We get it. That's, you know.
But by rights, if they did, nothing bad would have really happened.
Like,
Like if they killed Thanos, just
the movie just did, like,
they would have saved a fuck ton of time.
I feel like the movie did a lot of references, and that's going to be the biggest issue, is because of how drag of a film it was. Not many people watched it. Not many people pay attention. So, and that actually had a lot of
You don't
detail.
need to watch that.
No, well, the thing is, someone needs to make a snippet reel, because there are key details in that you need to watch to
Like
get
every 20
understanding.
minutes.
And that's the problem, though.
30
Like,
minutes.
it's there's such a small amount of thing that's spread over this
Even
long
better.
duration.
You just read what you need to know.
The ending had explanations. The whole celestial ending scene that had stuff that was a key input for what's being narrative. The rings, which was
The
shortly
best part
skimmed
of the
over.
movie.
Like, seeing the narrative of actually them getting to the point, explaining where the chain of celestials and eternals and the other things were. Like, that was important, but they took so long to get to that.
You know what it is,
Oh, we
though,
need to get
mainly?
everyone. Oh.
The fact they got so many different directors making these movies and different writers that they're not all in sync.
Yeah.
You've got some that are high tier, then you got
Yep.
some that are about mid.
Yep.
And they just don't bridge the gap.
Like, oh, I got this cool idea. Like, okay, well, you want to do an art
Like,
house film.
look at the Russos. They make good movies. Now they're gone. Who's gonna take their spot to make these epic, like Avenger-like movies?
Well, that's the thing. The Avenger-like stuff there isn't there now. That's why they've gone, because they don't need that level of film anymore.
No,
Like,
but they still have good writing and directing and shit. Like
They still have a lot of the writers.
Taika Waititi.
yeah, no, but you gotta remember, they still have the Russo brothers directed and stuff. Like, they still have other writers doing stuff that worked on
Yeah,
that.
but
Like,
the
working with
direction
other...
is where it went good. Like it wasn't overdone.
Oh,
Not
it's
just the writing was good. It's like some of it's a bit air still, but like
It's
The
just
Russos were a big part of
but that's the
Marvel
thing
back
though.
then.
With the Eternals though, it was affected by the directing, the writing,
Mm.
and like some of like the choreography was just like there's a lot wrong with the Eternals. Like there is a lot.
I do
I
have
like it, but
issues
there's
with
a lot
some of the
wrong.
cast, like some players. Some characters should have been played by someone else.
Yeah, it just didn't feel right. It just
But it's already made. Apparently, there's no sequel to it, so that's good.
oh, it's like a
Fuck.
weird like it's left open for a different film. I think it is, so it's kind of a sequel, but
Yeah,
not.
which is thankfully it's not Eternals though. Like it's something else.
Yeah.
Like who made the Eternals? I'm gonna look at that. Like
Some of
who
that's
even
some lady who doesn't done.
director Chloe Zhao?
Yeah, I don't know what else she's done.
I don't know. And story by Ryan Firpo and Kaz Firpo.
What else have they done? The Furbo brothers.
I don't, you can't click on their names. What the fuck? That's not a good sign. They haven't got a Ryan Firpo director. He's a director
Okay.
as well. Okay, he's a American film director, screenwriter, photographer. We spoke about those kind of things. He just missed an actor in there. IMDb, Kaz Firpo. He has done indie stuff before that.
Like that's what I mean.
He started in 2008, done Zombie High School, The Agency Blues, The Outlaw Ballad of Harvey and June, Waiting for Rusty,
Like what are they getting these in? You know what I mean?
Happy
Like it's very.
Birthday, Charlotte Prince. They done Child's Play 2013,
Uh,
The Vigilante, Eternals, and that was it. Apart from now, Signals, and like what? That was being a writer, which he was on Eternals.
that's what I mean.
Director, did all that too. They're all things I've never heard of.
That's what I mean. Like why would?
I mean, he got apparently his focus on impact storytelling has landed him in the Forbes 30 under 30.
I don't. That's what I mean. Like you look at the stuff they've done. It's like how do they warrant?
I don't know.
Like okay, they might have been good, but like how do they warrant becoming a Marvel director? It's like
I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, look at the Russos. They've probably got a whole list of good shit they've done before Marvel came along.
mm,
Like, who do you reckon Iron Man? Like, get those. Like, fuck.
that's what I mean. Like they've done stuff. There's people that have catalogs of like stuff there.
Yeah, I just. That's why it doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm not bagging on them because they're better than we are because we don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Like, they definitely made it. We haven't.
But it feels,
like,
but that's what I'm saying. Though. It feels like the directors they've had to do that is like, I could have just written a story and gone, oh, I'm going to direct a Marvel movie now. Like that's what it almost feels like to me. It's like they've gotten a nobody. No offense to them, but I feel like they're a nobody. Like, oh, we're going to get you to do it. Like Marvel would have had to have seen that there was somebody from to get them, but just the concept feels like they've grabbed a nobody to direct a Marvel film. It's like, and how does that work?
yeah, I take that back. That Taika Waititi wrote. He writing Thor as well. He's not. Fuck.
Yeah.
He didn't write Ragnarok or. Fuck.
No, that's what I said.
It's got 3 writers though.
They're all
But
related.
still, they're probably people who are good because that movie is probably the best Marvel movie, like
Yeah.
directed, written. That's why I'm keen for Love and Thunder. Like, if
It's
that
good that way.
continues, that just amps up to 11.
Because all the writers need to do is have the base principle of what the story needs to be, and then the director can put his vision from that story and interpret what he's been given
Mm.
with his vision. So that's all it is. His writing is just to give the base plot for
Hey,
dialogue, what they need to
it's not,
say.
it's not just the writer's fault; it's everyone in that area.
Yeah,
like the
'cause you've got-
director,
you've got-
the producers.
Because you got the director that directs the film. The
Mm.
producers help keep the team in line. Basically, they're the managers. Basically, you've got your screenplay, which are the ones that. So you got your writers, which write the story. So that's and then you've got dialogue writers. So you've got the principal, which is kind of screenplay. So it works in line. So you've got your writers that write the story out. Then you've got your dialogue. Then you've got the screenplayers that take the story and turn it into visual on paper. And then the director goes, okay, we see how this scene is here. And then the director goes, oh, okay, we like how that camera panned. We got the idea of this panning whoosh here. What happens if we whoosh but then lift up? Like, that's what the director's supposed to do with their vision. So they plot that out, and then the director goes, okay, well, let's try that now and film.
Because
and
they
then
pretty much
film
have it all in their head. They just got to put it onto
Yeah.
film.
Yep. So that's exactly it. So the director just,
That's what freaking storyboards are for.
and that's why a director like Taika Waititi can direct and have himself in the movie, because he goes, okay, this is what we want you to do. He'll explain the
He's on
scene.
both ends of that.
Yeah, because he can explain what we want in the scene, and then he can act in the scene, and then someone, and then because it's the film person's filming it, he's just directing. It's the photographer that's going to film what he wants. So they'll go, okay, let's do this take, and he can be in the film, be like, da 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 da, you know, his little, hi, I'm Taika, and I'm dancing with Jeff Goldblum or something stupid, you know, and he tells him how he wants the camera to pan, like pan across my face.
I think
and then
I
zip
saw
across
that
the, you
Jeff
know.
Goldblum was meant to be in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, I think he was.
I'm like, if he's in there still, if they say he was and he's still in there, that's a fucking move and a half.
So yeah, so like I mean, there's a lot of it's one of those things. It's good to have a team doing everything. I'm all framed.
You went into like 10 frames.
Yeah, I'm very
For a
framey at
minute,
the
I was
moment. I'm still framing my end.
like, but still,
But
like,
yeah.
we're not really bagging them because hey, they're more accomplished than what we are.
Exactly. It's just interesting that the choices they've made. It's just interesting.
Mm.
So
Now you're back to normal. Like, what the fuck?
yeah.
What
Oh.
I got here? Also, this is a big one. Top Gun Maverick,
Yes.
first film in 2022 to pass 1 billion in the worldwide box office.
Oh, that's a good movie.
That's fucking big. That is.
It's a good
Like
movie.
that beat Doctor Strange, man.
Yeah.
And also plus that's not shown in Russia or
To think a non-superhero movie,
China.
a non-superhero movie. Could you think how many superhero movies there are? This is a non-superhero movie, and it's not. It's just a basic action. Not even action. It's
Also
just
missing a
basic.
lot of countries who didn't want it because of reasons.
Yeah.
It's just Tom Cruise.
I mean,
Everything he touches turns to gold.
the plot's pretty funny and basic too. That's the
Except
crazy
the
part.
mummy. Hey.
I said the plot's very basic as well. Like that's the great part. It's such a basic
Well,
plot.
it's apart from the first movie, really. Like it's just
A
continued.
reboot. It's almost
like
like a
30
reboot.
years later. Well,
Kinda-
yeah, but like
Kind of plays
continued
like a
30
reboot,
years later.
remake, and yeah, because it's just basically there's a thing. I mean, it's not really a spoiler because
Because they did reference the old stuff.
Yeah.
Briefly.
I'll say because it's not really a spoiler because it's such a basic plot. Basically, there's a it's like a beacon that's blocking their signals or something stupid shit that they need to destroy within this time limit because of satellites and stuff like that. So basically, they just fly in, destroy it, fly out, and that's the plot of the story.
That's Fast and Furious.
Yeah. So it's just like what the hell.
It makes sense. That's
So
what they paid
and that's the thing. It's very basic. It's such a basic story, but it does so well.
That's all it needs. Like you don't need to be like.
Amazing.
What I think is Multiverse of Madness. That's just too fuck for its own good.
It's all over. Yeah, it's good.
I fell asleep watching it. I'm not gonna lie.
I know you said that. It's such a good film, though. I enjoyed it.
I missed the zombie Thor fight. Zombie Strange. He was just laying on the ground like, do the job. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I missed it. I fell asleep. Then one was like, ah. And then I wake up. I'm just like, okay. I didn't miss too much, I don't think. But I'm gonna watch it again. But
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I liked the first one better. It was better told. That one, like, the second one looks good. Like, I like the Raimi parts. They were definitely good. You can tell when he's there, but
Yeah.
like the other ones are eh. Who directed the first one? Because that was pretty good for. That's what I'm disappointed. It said the Multiverse of Madness. Where was the madness?
I mean, yeah, it wasn't that madness, was it?
I was expecting like big things to happen. But I was like,
really wacky, crazy stuff, and it was. Yeah, now you think about it, where
It
is
was-
the madness?
pretty fucking tame, I think. Like when you think, look at the first one. That was fucked. You had fucking the big guy. You had fucking that dude who summoned what's his name? What's that dude's name? Fuck. The dude who got stuck in the time loop with him. He just kept looping. That's fucking madness. Like there's none of that. I'm talking about the movie's almost out. So I can talk about it, but I was not impressed. I'll give it about a 7. 6. 7. It's not a 9 or a 10 what people were claiming. I guess they're just simple people, I guess. Not that that's bad, but I expected a multiverse of fucking madness. Being Raimi, I thought he was going to go all out like Evil Dead was and just balls to the wall, but he's restricted of who the company is. But still, like, fuck. I can't rant about it because I'll be here all fucking day. Um, I'm just very underwhelmed. Nothing against the acting or anything. The writing was decent, like it was there. But I just like it started so high. The movie started up here, and then it slowly went down. Fuck. I'm gonna stop talking about it. I'm gonna spoil a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But I had so much hope for that. I bought it like fucking 2 times.
Didn't you just say you were gonna get it 3 times?
Yeah, I'm not now. Oh, I still might. Support. Let's go. Um, it's not bad. Like I didn't say it was a bad movie. I just underwhelmed by just the name alone. The multiverse of madness.
Mm.
What they skipped what to 2 different things, 3 maybe.
Yeah.
That's just there was more in the first movie. I think you had that big guy at the end of the first movie and Lupin and shit. Like there was more there, and I'm fucking pissed. I can't remember his name. Mamamoo. I can't remember his fucking name. Is it Dormammu?
Dormammu.
Dormammu?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was way better than anything in the fucking second
I mean,
one.
we only got a small portion of Dormammu though. That's the thing. The full power of Dormammu is like insane.
And that's still better than anything in the second
We
one.
only got a small portion of him. That was the sad part.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense though.
They showed Doctor Strange put him in place so fucking quickly. It's just like, oh, it's like they could have done.
You couldn't
more
drag
with
that out though. That would have been boring if you dragged that out.
Oh,
Because
he's
you just be up there and just stop him.
No, the character. There's more to his character than what they were showing. He's got a lot to him.
I thought he would have been in the second one somewhere. Like,
So I'm wondering whether he's coming back. So
Strange pissed him off. Like he had him angry. He's like, "Get me out of this fucking loop!" Like, like I hope there's a third one coming. If Raimi directs it, please fucking direct it, and please go all out. Please, like,
because what have we got?
Is that...
There's a traditional version of what Dormammu looks like in the comics. That's the original.
Yeah, all we see in Doctor Strange is his head though, and his hand.
Then we've got like in some other issues of the comics, we've had like this version of him.
Because all you see is his head through a portal. That's all you see in there.
Yeah.
But like he was such a good bad dude, but he was there for like 10 minutes or less. But like that movie built to that though. Like that movie had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. So I fell asleep at the second one.
They didn't.
I'm not ashamed to say it.
They didn't really. I said there's so much to Dormammu. They didn't really.
Yeah, I mean they didn't do him dirty, but he was there briefly. Like I thought they were setting him up for the second one. Like he gets out of what he did, like because he can just attack anything, can't he? Really?
Yeah, there's a lot to him to explain.
They don't even mention him in the second one at all.
Yeah.
Like he just fought him before, and it's just like, yeah. He didn't really fight him. He just kind of had a conversation with him. But like they didn't mention anything of that first one.
It's just
they mentioned No Way Home briefly. No, even by briefly. It's like a brief little we dabble with the multiverse.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing. That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that connects those movies together. If without that, you could say this movie took place anytime. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Without that scene there, it could have taken place before that movie. It could have taken place after that movie. It could have been straight after. It could have been years after. Like even how Doctor Strange looks. Like he looks so different.
Way different.
That is like it could even been referenced as being a different universe. Doctor Strange, not even our universes. You know what I mean? Because he looked different from No Way Home.
I know.
That's what I mean. There's a lot of
I'm
things
gonna
there.
make you rage soon. Soon.
There's so much that they could do that it could have already been in a multiverse to begin with.
I-
Like,
They
it's just,
mentioned nothing at all, like of anything recently. It's just that movie,
and that's exactly
really.
it. It's just the one thing, and that's it.
Like, actually, that's not true. He mentioned some in the first movie, but the mentor who was hit, like that dude who was a bad guy. That's about it from
Yeah.
that first movie. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm still pissed, underwhelmed. But I'm gonna get off that because I can all fucking night. But this is an interesting thing that I read earlier. You know, Avatar 2. You know how Sigourney Weaver's character died in the first one. She's coming back
Yes.
as Jake's adopted daughter.
Someone replied to my tweet.
Hey,
The when you're 10 but you run the EA Twitter account. They replied
yeah.
with a skull.
That's funny.
I liked it though. I'm like, okay. They didn't like the. I'm like, okay. I don't get what side of the fence they're on, but
They died.
they're dead.
Yep. I mean, they just did.
They didn't. They couldn't
That's what
even
that
like.
means.
They couldn't even like because they died, but they.
Because they didn't like it. They're dead.
They did. They couldn't like it. They died. I killed them.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's back as adopted daughter. Like,
Yeah, she's playing a
she
younger.
died,
I don't know. It's weird.
but then she's back as adopted daughter. Like,
We won't
I'm
know.
guessing the movie will explain it.
Yeah. She's
But
playing
how
a-
do they know that? How do they get that information?
I mean, it looked like her. Have you seen the
No,
photo?
but like, no, I haven't. I don't
Yeah,
want
they
to. I
got-
want to watch the
They've
movie
got a
when that comes
screenshot of
out
that.
later.
Yeah.
I have to buy that first movie again, aren't I?
Oh, no. Well, yeah. When they re-release it. I was like, don't buy it yet. Wait till they re-release it because they're gonna do the reboot.
Yeah, they're gonna get the new effects and whatever they
Updated.
did to it. I guess that's why it's taking so long because they had to get that new plus. Because it hasn't been filmed for a while, hasn't it?
Because
the
technically,
second
you
one?
think about okay, we understand how big a leap the first movie was, right? So we understand how big
Oh.
that was. But now we've
They had to try and
because that was being very innovative. But now where we are with technology,
2009.
that's what I mean. So now where we are with technology now, it would take a lot less time to do what they've done now. So that the fact that's why they're going like, well, we're going to spend that time doing both, so we get them matching graphically the same, that it looks, it blends and it's.
Yeah,
taking half
people
of that.
commend that, but not Last of Us. When they did we're gonna match part 1 with part 2, and they're like,
Oh, this is a movie doing that. Like that's crazy part. It's a movie doing that. Like that's
yeah.
mind blowing.
No one likes it either, but no one's pissy about that.
I don't.
I
don't get it.
I don't get it, bro. Like, I don't care. I want both of them. Fuck. I want both of them.
I'll buy it.
I'll buy it. What, Last of Us or Avatar? Both. Avatar's good. I got it in 3D. Not that I can watch it anymore. Like, you're doing the beard thing again.
Like a ball sack.
Um,
I'm a ball chinian. There we go. Look.
fuck's sake. Head up, carry to Bolchinian. Huh? Fucking Men in Black. Let's go. What was I gonna say? Fuck me, I just lost it. Where is it? You said that. The Cuphead DLC, man, that dropped, didn't it? I think. Apparently to 9. I was like, how they top the original game with those bosses? But apparently
it
they
looks
have.
crazy. It looks fucking wild.
I mean,
I still need to play it. I still need to play the game itself.
have you ever played Cuphead?
No, I haven't had a chance to play it. I want to.
either.
I want to play
I
it.
want to.
I want to play
I
it.
do, but I don't want to rage. Apparently, it's fucking
Like
hard.
all those people that can't get past the tutorial thing.
Have you said you've got a double jump or something?
Yeah, it's so
You've
simple.
got the jump. That's
it's
it.
so simple, but people just didn't know how to like work around it or something. It is so fucking hilarious.
I guess they're like new gamers. Like we've had that mechanic since Atari or something. Like not Atari, but like N64. Like you had to jump to get over something.
I don't know. It's just you got to be smart because you like jump because you got to really time it because you got to jump.
The
And when you're
Jump
out
shafts,
and then
isn't
jump
it?
again, you go like jump and then jump like it's a delayed.
Mm.
People were
It's
used to jumping and jumping, but you got to jump and you got to air it out and then jump again. You're basically literally defying physics, and that's why I think.
it's literally a platformer.
Hmm.
Like, look at Crash Bandicoot. You have to do the same thing. Doink doink.
Yeah, you jump and then jump, like jump and then do your second jump, like in air. You're jumping off thin
Spyro, you
air.
had to do some of that as well. Like all these old games that we used to play. That I reckon we could smash Cuphead. That put me to that. I never played it. Fuck. But yeah, apparently it's a 9. It's a very good DLC. So, Beardy Bros play Cuphead.
Mm.
10 minutes in, we fucking rage quit. Oh. Also, this is a leak on the Xbox store, it has.
Mm.
Skull and Bones, November release date.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I was like, yay, a few years too late.
Yeah, no, it's been a while for that one.
But apparently, you can't go on land. You're in the boat the whole time.
Okay. That's a bit.
Yeah, you can't really get out of your ship.
You're stuck on your ship.
And it's only certain combat. You can't do everything you could think you could do.
So I just stick to Sea of Thieves then.
Yeah.
Or play what was the other one? Atlas, isn't it?
Yeah, those are way better. I mean, we won't really know until that comes out or we get more gameplay. But apparently, you can't leave the boat. You can probably leave to go buy stuff. That's about it.
Well, everyone's gonna
Very
get scurvy
restricted. Yeah. But I was very underwhelmed by what I heard of it. I forgot what it was exactly, but it didn't sound good. Just classic Ubisoft.
then. Oh fuck.
I was thinking AC Black Flag. You can just run around, do whatever the fuck you want, get on your ship, just kill things.
Like-
But no, apparently it's very restricted.
So dumb.
Ship combat's very basic.
Like,
Hmm,
is it basically just releasing it
thought-
now because they spent too long playing with it, and it's just like,
what, like 5 years or more than that, right? Like, fuck. That's been in development since Black Flag, right?
something like that.
2014, 2013. Nearly 10 years.
Hmm.
I'd say that for last because it's only a maybe. Like, it might happen in November, it might not. Could be only a placeholder. So, also, have you seen the Thor? For fuck me, the God of War Ragnarok stuff. How they're like, oh, event on the 30th, and it's like nothing happened.
No, I didn't.
But apparently, Sony was meant to have an event,
Yep,
but
it didn't go.
circumstances, and it's just like no. But God of War still coming out this year. Corey Balrog has been on Twitter. Oh man.
Now I'm just picturing a Balrog with Corey's face. But not Corey Balrog's face. I'm thinking of like a Balrog with Corey Taylor's face.
Corey,
It's still a Corey Balrog.
Corey Balrog. Oh, doing a fucking screaming of. Oh my god.
I mean, it's still technically it's still a Corey Balrog. It's not a lie.
thumbnail. he's like whipping the fucking God of War Ragnarok case like. Whoosh.
A little.
Okay, let's stop giving my ideas. Oh,
Just get that
put
whole
Kratos
scene.
on a fucking
Get the
bridge
whole
and
scene.
Corey Balrog.
Yeah, do that. I should do that. So it's like where the thing is where Gandalf's standing there, edit out Gandalf and put Kratos there with the blades, like that whole stance he does from behind, and then have that, and then put Corey's face. Fuck, I'm gonna do that now.
That will get people in the clicks. Fucking hell, Jesus.
No, that'll look hilarious. That'd be a wallpaper
So
alone.
many ideas. So many ideas I got from all that. Fuck.
I mean, just memes. It's like that time I did the wallpaper, which was the thumbnail, which was like the bloody Kratos, like the God of War crossover Horizon wallpaper I did, where like the universes like ripping together, like they split apart,
Right.
and they're like something like that, like just universes
So
collide.
good, man.
That was such a good wallpaper.
Yeah. So many ideas for that Corey fucking Balrog.
Corey Balrog.
I'll have to credit Dreamcast guy for that because Every time he talks about him, he calls him Balrog, and it's fucking hilarious. Sorry, Balrog. I wonder if he's just reading his name wrong, like, or he
Doing it on
thinks
purpose.
it really is Balrog.
I'm
I
gonna go
don't
for a
know.
Bal-
Like, it comes out so seamlessly. I think it thinks that's his actual name.
Most probably.
I don't know. I'm gonna send him a message. Just ask him.
I'm gonna go for a Barlog in a
But-
second.
Go for a Balrog. But for a Balrog.
Uh,
Fucking hell. But yeah, I said this was a weird episode. Like I had some pretty cool things,
Eh.
pretty weird things.
it is what it is.
It is what it is, as always. That's weird. Go for a Balrog. End it there. It's like,
Buffer.
but are you done, Des?
I
Are
am
you
done.
This one.
I am done. Are you done?
He's done.
I need to go.
And on that Balrog, we're gonna end it here.
Yes.
And as always, thank you for listening, Beaters and Beaters, for episode 27. We have been Dale and Jim, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye bye.
Didn't even come through. Did it?
Balrog. What? I didn't hear anything. I heard that.